right, come on in, everybody. Welcome back to the Holler. Justin here, tnholler.com. You know the drill by now. All these other hollers all throughout the state, thanks to your support. We just want to get to it right now because we have a special guest coming at us live from, I actually don't know. Where are you right now, Dr. Martin?
We are at Belmont. We've been going through polling places in Davidson County all day today, and it's glad to be, it's exciting to be meeting with voters and seeing all the enthusiasm at the polls.
All right, so comment along if you want. We can see you. Dr. Martin is in the Nashville area right now to close things out. How long have you been going at this?
So listen, we started exploring this campaign April a year ago, announced in August. This is campaign day 346.
Wow.
So it is a labor of love, though. We're excited about it.
I mean, I vaguely recollect when it happened. I think you came on here not long after that, and
That's
you've been
right.
going pretty steady ever since. I think by now people have heard, kind of the things that you focus on from a campaign
Right.
perspective. It's at this point, it's like, get out there and vote. But what's your final kind of pitch for people who, I mean, at this point, they only have what, 4.5,
Yeah.
5 more hours to vote.
That's right.
So people that might be still making up their minds, what's your last thing you'd like to say for why you should be the guy to take on Governor Lee?
Yeah, thanks for that. Look, this election is so important. We have so much at stake. And, there's not a lot of room among the Democratic candidates when it comes to policy. We're all running on a great platform of proud Democratic values. But what you have to do is look at the campaign that's out there doing the work. We're the only campaign that's been to every single county in the state of Tennessee, many more than one time. And, that's not about just, social media photo posts. That's about building a network that we're going to use to beat Bill Lee. And also, when we were on that tour, we used that tour to learn about what the pain points are in the communities across the state. And we have a vision, we have a plan, a policy platform that reflects the needs of every Tennessean. And I'm talking about protecting public schools, protecting our public school teachers, being an advocate for public education. That is first and foremost. We're going to defend women's health rights. Women's health rights are under attack. We're going to defend marginalized communities in this state, including our unhoused population, our LGBTQ plus neighbors. We are going to fight for health care in this state to expand Medicaid. It's silly and pig-headed that we lead the nation in medical bankruptcies and in hospital closures. We can do better. We are the campaign to take it to Bill Lee.
Have you come across non-Democrats that have been open to your message?
So I tell you what, we have a lot of wind in our sails right now, and the attacks on women's health and the attacks on public education have galvanized people across the state, regardless of political party. We've had people from the other side reach out to our campaign and say, you know what, we want women's health rights to be preserved. We want abortion to be legal, and we want to get rid of the trigger law that does not even have an exception for the life of a mother or the victims of violent crime. That's brought people to our side. Teachers represent both political parties, and when someone comes to our community and calls them dumb, and the governor does not have the courage to stand up and defend them, they don't, that's something that crosses party lines. They are fired up, all 67,000 of them, and we're glad to have them on the campaign.
So I remember the day when I was kind of in your spot on a much smaller scale when I ran for Congress. And, I remember convincing myself in that moment that like every hand I shake might be the one that like changes the election. It wasn't that way, but is that the way you feel right now, where like you got to get in front of as many people as possible and shake as many hands as possible, and it's all on the line right now?
Listen, we are not taking anything for granted. I mean, that's why we visited every single county. That's why we're shaking as many hands as we can. That's why we are going to be working until the last person has voted and the last poll has closed. We are not taking anything for granted. And that's one thing I wanted to tell people right now. It's not too late. If you have not voted, make it to your polling place from 7 a.m. to 7 or until 7 p.m. Central Time, wherever you are across the state. Let your voice be heard. It's so important to engage. Like I said, we have so much at stake this year. And I want to tell you, this is the message I have for people. This election is winnable. We can beat Governor Bill Lee. We got to get through the primary tonight, and I feel good about it. But this election can be won.
What's your plan for tonight?
So tonight is kind of a quiet night with friends and family here in Nashville. Depending on how things go, we'll be having a statement later on tonight. at Legislative Plaza. Time to be determined. But look, we are super excited about it. We're proud of the effort, no matter what the outcome, and we're looking forward to the next step.
Give us one Ben Jones story.
So Ben Jones, for those of you who don't know, is my deputy campaign manager, and has worked with Justin before on a congressional race. And I got to tell you, that guy, he has driven with me tens of thousands of miles across the state of Tennessee. He can eat things that we stop at a little diner or something. He gets like the double chili cheese deluxe. I'm like, I need a wrap or something, man. I'm dying over here.
Kieran, so now this has like become a Ben Jones, therapy session, because Kieran is who he worked with after me and before you. He's on watching right now. That's too. Right. So we could do a separate podcast about Ben Jones. Well, Dr. Martin, I appreciate that you stepped forward, because, this is a big undertaking no matter what. I guess as a final question, then I'll let you go shake some hands. How did this compare to what you thought it was going to be? Like, what was your vision for how this was going to go? And then, did it live up to it as far as an experience?
Yeah. So I'm very thankful for this experience. To be honest with you, I thought I knew what I was getting into, and I didn't. Even though people try to tell you, it's hard to be on the road all the time. But it's been so rewarding. I have a perspective on the state of Tennessee that I think is going to help inform the policy decisions down the line that not many people have. And I'm very grateful for the experience, and I'm grateful for the faith that so many thousands of Tennesseans have put in us and in our campaign. I'm thankful for the faith that so many legislators in the General Assembly from across all three grand divisions have put into this campaign by endorsing us. And I promise we're not going to let you down. We're going to work to the very end.
All right. Well, Dr. Jason Martin, thanks for jumping on here. Good luck to you tonight. We'll obviously all be watching very closely. One of the interesting parts about this, have you seen a poll? Because I haven't seen a single poll this whole time. I have absolutely no idea what's going to happen tonight. Do you guys do polling? You don't have to tell me the results, but have you done that at all?
No. We actually didn't spend money on polling, because we wanted to spend the money on messaging and communications.
Right.
So we'll all find out together.
The only poll I ever heard anything about when I was running was completely wrong. So, I think, we find out together. You run like it's tied, and good luck to you. Good luck to you, man.
Thanks, brother. Have a good night.
You too. So that's Dr. Martin. He's in Nashville, at Belmont, shaking hands. I remember that moment, when I was running, especially in the general election, where I started to feel like, wow, we might really upset Mark Green here, and did not do that. Not even close. But I remember the day of the election thinking, like, this person in this parking lot who I'm about to talk to might be the one vote that puts us over the top. So I feel like most people probably have that feeling, after this long process, but really respect him for getting in there and doing that. The statewide race, 95 counties, that is a ton of time on the road, a huge commitment. You end up driving, as Kieran will attest, you can drive hours to go talk to 10 people and then hours back the same night to talk to, you don't know how many people are going to be at these, suppers and meetings, and you just got to go and you just got to do the work. And, you end up kind of giving the same talk, but trying to make it seem unique to that night and those people. And, you have to really enjoy people. And I actually did enjoy people. I really did enjoy hearing people's stories and going to places that I never would have been otherwise. And so it is an exciting experience. It's an exhausting one, though, and it really takes its toll on, your family and the people around you. So it's a sacrifice. It really is a sacrifice. So appreciate him doing that. In a few minutes, JB Smiley is going to join us. I'm going to sign off and sign back on with JB. He's also at the polls somewhere, so we'll hear from him at 3:30. Join us then. Talk to you soon. Kieran says every Tennessean is important and every one of their votes count. Yes, completely agree, Kieran. And thank you for what you did too, buddy. All right, join us in 20 minutes with JB Smiley right here.